Welcome to our July Terrier Talks. Today you'll see my conversation with two members of the Campus Ministry Department who will enlighten us on the outstanding work they do for our students and enable our students to do in local and global communities. There are two important components we'll cover to help you learn about our Franciscan Service Learning programs, an explanation of our immersion service trips, and talk about opportunities for our students to be involved closer to home. Hopefully, after this conversation, you'll have a better understanding of our service learning programs and opportunities and how they shape our students spiritually and emotionally as they become better Franciscans. You can find out about signing up for specific programs as they are scheduled in the Campus Ministry section of the SFP website. Now here's our conversation. Welcome to another edition of Terrier Talk, and today we're pleased to have two of our campus ministers with us, Mr. Sempowich, Campus Minister for Service Learning, and Dr. Sullivan, the chairperson of Campus Ministry as well. So, Mr. Sempowich, tell us about service learning in our school.
Yeah, absolutely. We are really excited for a thing that's coming up really soon. So I'm going to start with that, but we've got a ton of really great opportunities to get involved in the community and to serve. Next week, we are headed out to Belize. We're going down to Central America, and we're going to do about a week of service in Central America. As I understand it, since we're having this conversation before the trip, but we do want to share a little bit about the trip. I'm going to send you some photos. You're going to be able to put them in here?
Sure, yeah.
Nice. I'm excited about that. So we're going down to Central America to serve amongst the people of Belize. We're headed down on July 1st. I've got 20 exceptional students, really exceptional students, who are headed down and who are ready to work hard. We've got some difficult days of service lined up, but we'll be kind of working out on like building projects, hard work in the mornings, and then an opportunity to connect with the community and the people that we're serving around and we're serving in the afternoons. So we're really excited about that. That's part of our Franciscan Immersion Experience program. So next year we're running 5 different Franciscan Immersion experiences. We'll be going back to Belize at Easter time. We're going to be doing a trip to Costa Rica in the summer, in July. We'll be going in the spring and the fall to Camden, New Jersey. And then we're actually hosting a group of about 30 seniors from a couple of different Franciscan high schools here in the building over the February break to work with a bunch of our community partners.
That's great.
Yeah, so the Franciscan Immersion Experience program is, it's a heavy lift, but it's worth it. It's really wonderful, and we get really excellent kids involved.
Yeah, knowing the kids that you have going on the Belize trip, they are not afraid of hard work.
Let's hope not. We'll find
We'll
out.
See.
Yeah, we're going to learn the hard way.
Dr. Sullivan, you know the kids go on this trip to Belize and the kids who have been immersed in these programs over the year. What are the values for them when they come back? What do you hear them saying about the trips when they come back from the experience?
Yeah, the Franciscan Immersion experiences specifically are really profound, intense experiences. And we offer those programs, and those have expanded, but we also offer 1 hour after school service experiences. And so when we talk about service learning, we're talking about the 1 hour experience to the 1 week experience. And all of those experiences are growthful for students. The students, when they come back from something like going to Belize, will have an intense experience of faith and community. They get to see poverty at a whole different level, but they'll also understand the power of their collective action for an entire week. When we have students go to a local soup kitchen, in 3 short hours, they will learn how to maybe cut a head of lettuce and be part of an assembly line to put meals together, and then they'll go outside the soup kitchen and they'll see a line of 300 people, and they'll get a glimpse into what's happening in terms of the migrant crisis here in New York City. if they go 1 hour after school and help clean up Cunningham Park, then they're going to understand the collective impact of people littering and the value of removing that and helping restore the beauty of basically our park, which is an extension of our campus. Service learning teaches the kids many things about themselves, but also about New York City and the world.
It's great that our kids have the opportunity to travel, you know, Belize and next year Costa Rica. But Sempowich, can you speak a little bit more about local, as Dr. Sullivan just said, local opportunities for them during the year?
Absolutely. Yeah, Dr. Sullivan spoke to what I think is really essential to good service learning and good community service is changing perspective and building community. And we are able to do that in Belize and in Costa Rica in really significant ways, but we do that in a lot of ways just locally right after school. Like Dr. Sullivan spoke about, we are out in Cunningham Park doing park cleanups, and we also work with the Parks Department to do kind of larger scale park events. Some of the sports teams get involved, which is really cool, and we have a lot of opportunities to beautify this area. Outside of that though, we're working every single week with the Presentation Parish in Jamaica, Queens, and their soup kitchen program. So we have 6 to 10 students every week going over there, preparing a meal, serving a meal, and kind of getting a direct interface and a face-to-face relationship building situation with folks who are hungry and who are our neighbors. We work with an agency called Midnight Run, and they facilitate groups who want to get out into Manhattan and meet folks who are living on the streets where they're at. So we engage 25 to 30 students. We pack up like sandwiches and basically like lunch bags. We bring out hot soup and clothing and hygiene supplies, and we'll go out onto the streets of Manhattan at 10, 11 o'clock at night and meet folks where they're at and give them anything that they might need, which is another really profound experience for students. Outside of that, we have our Christian service program, which is a class. It's one of our religion electives. It's a full year religion elective for juniors. And I teach that course among a couple of other teachers. And that requires our students to get out and do 2 hours of service every week for the whole school year. Right. So they're building long-term connections with some of these agencies, learning about how nonprofits work, and making a tremendous difference. Our Christian service program last year provided over 11,000 hours of community service for their coursework, and many of them went above and beyond that as well. So we have lots of different opportunities and lots of different really incredible community partners that are doing really great work that we get involved with and do our best to help out.
Although it's not a graduation requirement for us to have service included in their units, many of our kids do get involved with service learning, and the more they do it, the more they love it as well.
Yeah, I find that service is our ethos. It's who we are. It's part of our culture. And so students are lining up at our office trying to go out and do and participate in these service opportunities. We're not the only ones in campus ministry who are offering service. There are clubs, and some coaches will bring their teams to do service. It really emanates all throughout the building. It is who we are as Franciscans. As a Catholic Franciscan school, it is our call, it is our mission, it is our purpose to communicate God's love to the world. And one of the ways we do that is through charitable acts and through service. And so that's a very tangible way for us to introduce that gospel mission to the students and to talk about the gospel with them. When we hear a gospel message story about the poor, our students don't know necessarily what that means or who that's referring to until we bring them out of the school building. And so that gives, by going out, it allows us an opportunity to reflect with the students, and I think to help the learning go to a deeper level.
Yeah. And let's not forget that the students are the one who have this great experience in service, but we do get tremendous support from our parents.
Oh, yes.
And the partnerships we have. What about that?
Yeah, I think what we're doing is we're just continuing the partnership with parents who want their children to be people of great values and great faith. And so they're a little older now when they come into high school, so they can come and they can participate in these programs. So one, our parents encourage their sons and daughters to go and to participate in these programs. I think they also do a good, they help with the learning process when there's young man or young woman come home and from an experience and they ask them, how did you feel tonight? Not just how was it, but how did you feel about that? How did it make you feel? How were you received? So when they ask the young person, I think they also model this in their lives. Our parents are involved all throughout the city doing good things. Many of our students go to charity events where their parents are already involved, or they work at their parishes where their parents are already involved. So they're just following the example, and we help them do that. We have a program here where the parents and the teen get together and they participate. It's called Breakfast Run. So instead of going to a number of sites in the evening, we pick a couple the Saturday mornings, prepare a big meal here, and then go out to a designated site, and the parent and teen, they're serving the food for the people who are there. And then our parents volunteer all the time with us, with campus ministry, especially around the pre-owned uniform sales. They're volunteers for that program. The little bit of money that's raised there goes to offset the costs and the expenses of these Franciscan immersion experiences. So the parents are vital to service learning.
Great stuff, it really is. And let me acknowledge the work that both of you do in campus ministry and your whole team. Marissa, Father Ralph, the entire team put together, plus faculty and staff members also.
Lots of
from the school.
chaperones.
A lot of chaperones.
A lot of
do the
support
work.
in the
Yeah,
building.
so I acknowledge the work that you do, and it gives our students a chance to shape up their Franciscan Catholic background, right? And molding them emotionally, spiritually, for what's important to them as well. And to acknowledge that this doesn't happen without leadership. Right? The leadership that you two, plus the people in campus ministry, provide us as a Franciscan school is tremendous. And it gives our students a chance to grow and develop into great citizens and great Catholics as well.
Thanks for
Profoundly
saying that.
Yeah,
important.
thank you for
Great job.
We really appreciate that. We're actually gearing up right now for our last sort of push of the year in terms of service. So we're going to Belize, yes, but after we get to Belize and we come back and come down from that, we run something called the Summer Service Academy.
Yeah, many students are too busy during the school year. Maybe they're a sport, they have an athlete, they have their sports commitments and their academics, and so the summertime is a better time for them to do service. And so they'll come sign up for our program, and each day we bring them out of the building and we bring them to one of these service sites, and by the end of the week they've accomplished 35 hours of service. And there probably are still spots available, so maybe look online and see, look up Service Academy, and there's sign up if you would like your son or daughter to participate in that program this summer.
Yeah, right at the end of July, I think we've got
Great.
still a few spots open, so we're
Great.
excited about that.
I think that fits what you just described to me. It fits the definition of servant leadership to a T, with the student perspective and also what you do in campus ministry as well. So we end our year of Terrier Talks today with service and information about a service community. And we'll see you back in September. Have a great summer. Have some fun, relax, and re-energize. God bless.